Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rahmawati and I'm from TBI 4B. In these occasions, I would like to tell you a story. This is the kind of Disney story. The main character of this story is a princess who wears a yellow gown with a short hair and red ribbon. She has a white skin as white as snow. So, can you guess who is the main character of this story? Yes, you're right. The main character of this story is Snow White. So, there are some character of this story. This is Snow White, and then Prince, then a beautiful queen. She has become an old woman. Then Magic Mirror, a huntsman, and then seven dwarfs. So guys, enjoy the story. Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful princess named of Snow White. She lived in a castle with her father and her stepmother, the queen. Her father had always said to his daughter that she must be fair to everyone at court. The queen, Snow White's stepmother, knew how much this meant to her husband. At the first change, she went to her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? Snow White is the fairest of them all, said the magic mirror. What? Yelled the queen. No one is more fair than I. The queen must have the face of everything. Everyone knows that. What could be more than that? Snow White is the fairest of them all, repeated the magic mirror. What do you know? You are a mirror, wrote the queen, and she stormed off. Still the queen was bothered, so bothered that the queen decided to be rid of the girls once and for all. I cannot wait for another day, she declared. The queen called for her servant, a huntsman. Find a reason to take Snow White deep into the woods, she said, pointing her long finger at the servant. Then kill her. The huntsman was shocked, but she was the queen, and what could he do? The next day, he took Snow White into the woods. As he drew his knife to slay her, Snow White turned around. Look, she said, taking something out of her pocket. You have always been good to me. She held in front of it 6 perfect round heads that she had carefully shaped. Do you like them? She said. They are for you. Snow White, said the huntsman, I can't do this. You can't take this. That's not what I mean, said the servant. He dropped to his knees. How can I say this to you? The queen, your stepmother, ordered me to kill you, but I can't. She did what? Snow White called out with alarm. You must run away, said the huntsman, far into the woods, and never come back to the castle. Snow White turned and ran into the woods as fast as she could. Deeper and deeper she ran. It was getting dark, and the wolves were starting to howl. She tripped and her skirt was torn. Tall tree branches seemed to reach down to her very ground to grab her. She was stretched, bleeding, and scared. Yet she ran on and on. Then all of a sudden, far away, there was a light. Who was living so deep in the woods? She stepped up closer. It was a cottage, yet no sound from the cottage, only light from the window. Hello? She said, knocking softly on the door. Hello? No answer. The door was a little bit open. She opened it some more and stepped in. Hello? Is anyone home? She looked around. What a maze! She had never seen a messier living room. This cottage may be the biggest mess I ever saw, she thought, but it's a roof over my head for tonight. Maybe if I clean up around here, I can earn my sleep. As she cleaned, she thought of someone she already missed. Before her father had remarried, she and a prince will live in the next kingdom. We're getting to know each other. They will take long walks in the royal garden and tell each other stories and laugh. After the queen had moved into the castle, her stepmother had made a new rule: no more visitors. Now the prince had to slip over the palace gate in a secret. He could call out to her from under her window and they could talk a bit that way. It was not as good as the long walks, but it was the best they could manage. Now that she had to run away from home, would she ever see him again? After Snow White cleaned up the living room, she went upstairs. On the second floor, there were some 7 little beds lined up in a row, as if for children. Tired from cleaning, Snow White yawned and lay across all 7 of the beds. Soon she fell fast asleep. In the meantime, the 7 dwarfs were heading from a long day of working in the jewel mines. When they opened the door, you can imagine their surprise when they saw the cottage all cleaned up. "What kind of magic is this?" said one of the dwarfs whose name was Duck. "I wouldn't mind more magic like this," said another of the dwarfs with a smile. His name was TBI. "We had better check upstairs," said another dwarf whose name was Grumpy. "Something is fishy around here, that's for sure." There, lying on their beds, was a young lady, fast asleep. "Who are you?" said all the dwarfs at once. Snow White bolted awake. The 7 dwarfs could tell she was as surprised as they were. Soon they all relaxed and shared their story. Snow White learned their names: Bashful, Dog, Dumpy, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, and Sneezy. She told them all about her stepmother, that her stepmother had tried to get the huntsman to kill her, that the huntsman had set her free in the woods, and then she could never come back home again. "Stay here with us," said Bashful. "That's sweet," said Snow White. "But if I were to stay here at your home, I would have to do something for all of you." "You already clean up our place," said Sneezy. "Keeping the house clean will be easy," said Snow White, "as long as we all pitch in. I will let everyone know what part they can do, and I will do my share too, of course." "That's fair," said Happy. "But there must be something else I can do for you," said Snow White. The 7 dwarfs shocked. "Do you know how to read?" said Dog. "We have this book filled with wonderful tales and would love to be able to read them." And so it was agreed that Snow White would give them reading lesson. To celebrate their new friendship, Snow White and the 7 dwarfs sang and danced the night away. The next morning, before they left for work, the 7 dwarfs warned Snow White she must not open the door for anyone. After all, who knows what will ever her stepmother might do? The princess nodded in agreement, and the dwarf left the house. The princess prepared her first reading lesson. She also prepared a good hot meal for the 7 dwarfs when they returned home at night. And so the day passed. Back to the castle, the queen marched up to her mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" "Snow White is the fairest of them all." That's impossible, screamed the queen. The girl is no longer alive. Snow White lives, said the magic mirror, and an image was shown on the mirror of Snow White living in the cottage of the seven dwarfs. The queen turned red with rage. She screamed, "She will not get away with this." At the cottage of the dwarf the next afternoon, when the seven dwarfs were away at work, there was a knock on the door. "Who is it?" said Snow White. She remembered the warning of the seven dwarfs not to open the door to anyone. "It's only a poor old woman," came squeaky voice, "selling apples." Yet it was the evil queen, disguised as an old woman. "It's raining out here, my dear," said her voice through the door. "Please, let me in." "Poor things," thought Snow White, "having to go door to door selling apples in the rain." And so she opened the door. "Take a look at this big red apple," said the old woman, who, as you know, by now was really the queen in disguise. She held the red apple close to Snow White's face. "Lovely, my dear, isn't it?" "I would like very much to buy your apple," said Snow White, "but I have no money." "That's fine. Combing your hair will make a good trade," said the old woman. "Well, all right then," said Snow White. She took the comb out of her hair and gave it to the old woman, who then gave her the apple. Snow White took a bite. Also the fruit was poisoned. At once Snow White fell to the ground in a deep sleep. "Yes," shouted the queen, pumping the air with her fists. Just then the door flew open. In marched the seven dwarfs home from the day's work. Shocked indeed they were to find Snow White lying on the floor, and what must be her stepmother beside her laughing. They cast the evil queen out the door and into the storm. Up to the very top of a mountain they cast her. All of a sudden lightning hit the mountain. The queen fell, and she was never seen again. But there was nothing to help poor Snow White. She stayed absolutely still in her deep sleep. The seven dwarfs gently lifted her into a glass cabin. Day and night they kept watch over her. One day the prince happened to pass through. Ever since he had learned that Snow White was missing at the castle, he was searching for her far and wide. Now he had finally found her, but in such a state. The prince pulled open of the glass cabin. Her face seemed so fresh, even in that deep sleep. He gently took one of Snow White's hands in his own and kissed it. At once, Snow White's eyes opened. With love first kiss, the evil queen's spell was forever gone. Now, nothing stood in the way for Snow White and the prince to be together forever. They turned around and came back to the castle and lived happily ever after together. The end. Thank you. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is one of the best bedtime stories. Here are some moral values that we can learn from this story. The first thing that we can learn from this story is if you are beautiful, it doesn't mean that you don't have any problem. Then you should be careful about what you wish for yourself. It might be harmful from you in other ways. If you have goodness, it will surely appeal to everyone around you. Jealousy can kill you. Don't be jealous and try to improve yourself and change yourself as a better person. Jealousy can kill you. Don't be jealous and try to improve yourself and change yourself as a better person. So, I think that's all from me. I hope that you can enjoy my story and thank you very much for your kind and attentions. See you next time. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.